Hey, this is David Neese. Welcome to our EV World News broadcast. I've got Pro Trader Mike with me today. How's it going, Mike?
Peace.
All
Good
right.
morning, everybody. Nice to be here. Thanks, David.
As usual, we're going to be discussing electric vehicles, green energy, and the stock markets. The news we provide is for entertainment purposes only. How's it going? So you're doing good this morning, Mike?
Yes, good morning. This has been a good morning, solid. Markets have done what I've expected on my side. I've accomplished my goals for the day, which is always a good thing by lunch.
Nice, nice.
It means
So
you're not over trading and you're doing the right thing.
I'm going to do something a little different today. Let me make sure I've got this big enough. I've got an article from Benzinga today that I find to be quite interesting. So let me see. It's not fitting well in
I'll
here.
fit it in there. There we go.
There we go. All right. Tesla
Mm.
set to topple two legacy auto giants in revenue by 2027. Wall Street estimates for volume growth are way too low. This is quite interesting. Tesla is on track to pass up both Ford Motor and General Motors by 2027 in terms of revenues. I mean, they've been more valuable than those companies for a few years, but I find this to be pretty incredible. They expect Tesla revenue to grow 24% per year for the next 4 years, while Ford and GM, they expect to see a 2 to 4% revenue growth. That's a pretty huge deal to make them, GM used to be by far the biggest company in America, and
Yeah.
Tesla is going to be taking over at least the biggest auto manufacturer in America. And one of the things I've heard Elon Musk discussing, he thinks that they should be valued as a fintech company as opposed to a auto company. But future expected growth is what values values a company. Mike, you want to discuss what we're seeing in Tesla in the last couple of days?
Yeah, I saw a Tesla on the road, behind me. Dude, the front of those cars are ugly, man. I don't like them. I'll never get a Tesla, man.
Well,
They're just ugly. I don't like them. They're ugly. I
it's
just don't
funny.
like the car. It's just something about it. And yeah, they're first to market, but they're not going to be the biggest and the best always. There's smart people at Ford. I said GM when we started. Is that a hint that GM is going to be come around? They can, there's a lot of smart people at these big companies that, you know, are seeing what's going on and are, we're going to be surprised, I think, man. If I get an electric car, I'm definitely doing my research, and I'm never going to rush into, I don't think I'll ever get a Tesla, but I may get an electric car. I'm looking at the BMWs, looking at, Audis, some of these nicer luxury cars that are coming out on the EV side.
I think Tesla just has a different look, and they're very
Some people
distinct.
might
And it's
like
just
it,
like
some people don't.
you,
Yeah.
going down the road, you can tell that a car, even if you don't know what car it is, you can tell it's a BMW without seeing the badge because all of their vehicles have kind of a similar style. Kind of the same thing with Tesla, I think.
Yeah, it's down $7 today. So if you like it under 250, now's the time to jump on it. And yeah, it's down 3% today. The market fell last week 10%. So this stock since last week probably has been coming down. Visitors trend is down in the last 2 weeks. Not a lot of people are visiting this thing. Let's take a look at the interactive chart on this baby. Chink. Oh, didn't you just see that BMW just come up? I just was
Yep.
talking about it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
some
freaky, isn't it?
crazy artificial intelligence, man. Wow. Right through the show, they right on. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That's called that's a bearish chart pattern for you guys that are people that do charts. It's called like a head and shoulders right there. Hello. That's head and shoulder. That's people shorted right there on that shoulder, and they're reaping that profits right now on the 250. Next stop is right here, right on the top of those barrels. Barrel of goodies right there. Boom.
You
So it
think
can
that's
go
where
like
it'll
a two.
break?
Yeah, that's where it could stop. So it's got like a little above 200. It's got 40 more points to possibly drop. Hey, but from 100 down here, it's still up 100%. So even
Right.
if it went to 200, that's still since the beginning of this year up 100%. Some happy people in that.
I think it's hard not to be bullish on Tesla.
Yeah, they got a lot of great, things going on with a great mastermind and CEO. But what if and they're talking about him stepping down. Have you heard that? And someone else being the CEO of Tesla?
I guess that wouldn't surprise me.
Oh yeah. So if you Google right here, Elon is stepping down, not from Twitter, Tesla, new CEO. See? Musk tells Cheryl he's not stepping down, but the rumor is that he was. That's why he says that's why it came out. I heard it all on Twitter.
Interesting. Well, you've got that Elon Musk parody account on Twitter that always posts some stuff that looks like it could be real,
And
might
this
not be, but it's funny.
speculation that he might step down as the CEO and told the company Share Electricons that he would start doing some advertising. Say it ain't so, one shareholder asked Musk. He replied without further discussion. See, it has some merit, he said to the shareholder at Tesla's factory site. Try a little advertising, see how it goes. Couple ads.
Well, if nothing else, he's always in the news.
Yes, he is. So what are we looking at today?
Well, let's see here. This is kind of interesting. China became the world leader in automotive exports in the first 6 months of 2023, passing up Japan at the half-year mark for the first time as more Chinese electric cars sold worldwide.
That's
Chinese automakers
interesting.
exported a little over 2 million vehicles from January to June, up 76% from last year. That's that's a pretty big jump. Japan lagged at just over 2 million. There was a difference of 0.12 million between the two companies or between the two groups for a gain of 17%. So Japan was still growing, but China just astronomically growing there at 76%, which is huge in the car business. China was ahead of Japan in the January through March quarter. Interesting. Booming trade in EVs and gains in the European and Russian markets, which I find kind of interesting that they're getting. I guess not everybody will sell to Russia, so I guess China will. China's exports of new energy vehicles, which include EVs, plug-in hybrids, and fuel cell vehicles, more than doubled in the January to June half to reach 25% of the country's
Ooh.
total auto exports. Tesla, which uses its Shanghai plant as an export hub for Asia, exported 180,000 vehicles, and its Chinese rival BYD exported 80,000.
Mm.
And Russia was the top destination. There you go. 287,000 cars from January to May. That includes gas-powered cars as well.
Nice.
It's interesting kind of to see that that's where it's going on. EVs are expected to be 39% of new vehicle sales in China by 2027, which definitely China is the big leader in EVs.
Yeah, they know they're ahead of their time. So here, let me share my look. This screen I have. This is my other monitor. This is my vertical monitor. So you can see it's a little different. It's this way. It's long.
Mhm.
Chinese made. This is Neo because we've been talking about the Neo a lot. 19 hours ago, Chinese maker of 1,000-kilometer EV battery plans an IPO by 2025. A Chinese maker of long-range electric vehicle batteries, one capable of 620 miles on one charge, plans to go public as soon as 2025 as it banks on automakers embracing the next generation cells in the race to overcome range anxiety, which is
Is
like XE, range
right.
extender
That's
stock.
what we try to help. Does this say if it's going from lithium ion to solid state or anything like that? Because the solid
It
state
says,
batteries hold more energy.
yeah, they says right here, solid state batteries are a potential game changer for the EV industry because they enable high voltage, high capacity, and performance.
I know when we were looking at that Sabre battery that NASA developed, it was half the weight with 3 to 4 times the energy. So that, you'd be basically 5 to 8xing the power output from the batteries.
It says the name of the company is called Welion. Welion's battery for Neo has a 150 kilowatt hour pack and the 1,000-kilometer range favorably with Lucid Air Dream Edition R and Tesla's Model S 640 has 640 kilometers. The cell has an energy density of 360 watt hours. Welion isn't the first company to successfully deliver commercialized solid-state batteries, but its 360 watt hours per kilogram reached the highest energy density among commercialized EV battery cells.
That's pretty impressive. I guess we
Mm-hmm.
need to be watching for that one.
The technology is attracting interest from Volkswagen, Ford, Mercedes-Benz, Geely Automotive Holdings, and so forth.
Nice. That'll be something that's really needed. That's always one of the criticisms you get of EVs and EV adoption is usually a couple of arguments. One, they don't have enough range, and the other one is can the electrical grid handle, can the infrastructure of the electrical grid handle mass adoption of EVs?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There's one other big one though. So think about this. In gas-powered cars, what's always the trend? When you're looking at a new car,
That's a
and
nice car right there, man. You see that car? It's a nice
what,
looking. That's the Neo.
you know, so
Yeah, it's a nice looking
when you're
car.
looking at a car, as a man, what's one of the first things you look at? It's not gas mileage, is it? What is the first
I
thing
look
you
at the
look at?
rims.
Oh, see,
I
I
the
look at horsepower.
I look at like the style and the rims and how that baby looks.
So,
Horsepower is not as important to me because I get a lot of speeding tickets. The faster that horsepower, the more I will get in trouble. And it's the same freaking road every time, no matter what. And I'm go good for a couple of months, and then I'm like, "You pulled me over. What about the guy on the right?" Because I had the nicer car. He pulls me
yeah,
over.
yeah. That's hilarious. Well, one of the things, if you go looking at hybrid SUVs, is they typically have no horsepower. And this is kind of a complaint. So my next one, I think, does a little bit to address this. Lexus has announced the new 2024 RX450H Plus.
Ooh, that's a nice one. That's a beauty. Look at those rims. Look at that style. That's nice.
Well, Lexus is always nice. It's a 304 horsepower plug-in hybrid. Has a 35-mile range on the battery.
Oh, we got to go like to the Lexus dealer and go review that new car.
I think we should.
I think we should.
This
For
one's
the audience. What do you think about that, guys? Anybody in the comments gives us a comment that they would like to see a live review, we'll make that happen. So it's out there right now. We'll see how long it takes to happen. So come on, guys, give us a thumbs up and a like, subscribe, and we may even give away a Lexus one day. You never even know. To the OG subscribers that do it now. So subscribe and link below. Yes,
it's a
sir.
nice look. It's got kind of a Bentley look on that front grille.
Here, enlarge it on your screen. Hit that enlarge button.
Oh,
Can you do that?
I'm trying.
above where it says right there. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, look at that beast.
Let's look at a couple of these. Oh yeah, those are nice rims.
That's a beauty car right there. I like that color blue right there too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good looking automobile. Um, yeah, I think that one of the things that causes people not to get into the whole adoption, and we've talked about this before, hybrids and plug-in hybrids are a great entry into this field. I think that the natural move is somebody goes from gas to ideally plug-in hybrid, and then they go to the all electric. Now, when we've had Bill on here, Bill was talking about one of the issues with the plug-in hybrids is that people get lazy and don't plug them in, and they just use them as they would a regular gas-powered car.
Mm-hmm.
But it solves some of those problems. You know, you'll see that one of the main reasons people trade their electric vehicle back into the dealership is because they didn't like plugging it in. And this kind of solves, both those issues. Mind you, this does start at $70,000, so it's not just a basic car. I think one of the big things here in the United States that's an issue with mass EV adoption as well is we have a tendency towards larger vehicles, and larger
Mm-hmm.
vehicles are more expensive. And so what tends to happen is the people who actually go to EVs more in the United States tend to be buying the higher end ones. So the average sale price of a new EV is $15,000 higher than a internal combustion engine car here in the United States. Anyways, you want to take a look at how Toyota is doing?
What's a symbol?
All of a sudden, my mind goes blank.
Yeah, my screen is down actually. I can't pull it up.
Oh,
You pull it
let's,
up on that Yahoo. Check it
yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's just TM. Give me just a second here. Here we go. Let's look at 1 month. It's made nice steady progress for the past month. I can't do any charting here, but we're at $173. It had been the past month a low of about 160. So it's made some nice steady gains. It's up 7% in the past month. So that's good improvement. That's one
Yeah.
that's pretty rock solid. You're looking for something long-term hold. We were talking about covered calls the other day. Be a good one to hold and keep doing covered calls on long term for a little extra return. All right, let's see here. And always remember to please like and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
There we
That
go.
was nice. You're getting good at
Yeah.
that.
Hey, man, it takes some work. I'm not a TV producer, but I've got to learn, right? Got to learn,
Mm-hmm.
getting better at this. Anyways, Mike, thanks for all your insights today. I'm going to head and end the stream. Everybody, thanks for listening
Absolutely.
in today.